Dosha Pratyanika and Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa. But both are mutually supporting, both are mutually helping and contributing. Next. Now let us see the difference. First year to final year, what is the difference? You may tell it is second year. Okay? No. Then let us come to second year. From dosha to samprapti. Dosha Pratyanika Chikitsa is the primary stage of a Vyadhi. Sanchayam, Pragobam, Prasaram. But when you come to a Vyadhi, there is a other parameters like Dushya, Agni, Srodas, everything. Different Kriyagalas and different stages of Samprapti. So I am telling you, Vyadhi Pratyanika, the same Samprapti will be having different stages. You developed Vadarekta. Vadarekta may be Uttana, Vadarekta may be Gambira. You developed Adhisara, maybe Samadhisara, Niramadhisara. You developed the Jara, maybe Navajara, maybe the Jirna Jara. You developed Avasmara, maybe Vegavastha, maybe Avegavastha. So the same Samprapti will be having different Vyadhi Avastha. That is also to be understood. So Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa is not simply treating a disease, it is addressing different stages of a same disease. Are you getting me? Bleeding per rectum, you can treat with Kshira, you can treat with Grida, you can treat with Vasti. But all the three conditions are different. Athoga Rekta Pitta Chikitsa can be done with Kshira Paga, can be done with Mamsarasa, can be done with Vasti, but the different conditions will be there. So Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa is not against the Vyadhi, but against the Vyadhi Avastha. That is the word. Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa should be defined as Vyadhi Avastha Pratyanika Chikitsa. In Navajara, always Lengana. In Jirnajara, always Gridavana. Both are different. In Navajara, Lengana only, Jirnajara, Gridavana only, but the Vyadhi is same Jara only. But treatment is based on Avastha. So Vyadhi Pratyanika means more precise. Vyadhi Avastha Pratyanika Chikitsa, that is to be kept in the mind. Next. Go to the level of Ayurvedic histology. Already I told you, I am not going that much. Cell injury versus, this is my fundamental point. Whatever modern you tell, ultimately every Vigridi is occurring in a cell. Every histology, histopathology will tell you there is Guru Guna Vriddhi, Laghu Guna Vriddhi, Ushna Guna. Hemolysis may be more Paga. Paga means Ushna Guna. Wherever there is intracellular accumulation, fatty liver, there is Guru Guna, Snigdha Guna. Where there is demyelination, degeneration, dehydration, there is Ruksha Guna. So ultimately, cell injury is nothing other than Rogastu Dosha Vaishamyam. Next. So this is the cell. In the same cell only, you are getting all the impact of Vimshati Guna. All the impact of Vimshati Guna will occur in the same cell only. Next. Then these are the modern causes. Now, why I am telling you will understand after 30 seconds. You know, these are the acquired causes of cell injury as per modern. You read one by one. What is first? Hypoxia, ischemia. Hypoxia means no prana. Ischemia means no recta. Pranavaranam, rectavaranam is hypoxia, ischemia. Physical agents, all trauma, apigada, kshada, bhanga. All chemical and drugs, all dushi, visha, everything. All microbial, krimi, bhuda, immunological, vyadhi shamata associated thing, nutritional derangement, all abadarpana vyadhi, kuposhana vyadhi, psychological factors, all kama, krodha, lobha. All these things mentioned in the first chapter of Davison are as such relevant in Ayurveda. I am asking a question. Which Ayurvedic sloga you remember? Absolutely. Ye bhuda visha vai vagni shada bhangadi sambhava kama krodha bhayadyascha tesu ragandavo gada, wonderfully told by Vagbada in Sutrasana chapter number 4 Roganulpadini. But we never remember that sloga. We remember only this Devi Putra Samhita sloga, Davison. Are you getting me? Ye bhuda visha vayu agni shada bhangadi sambhava. Last word, kama krodha bhayadyascha, the modern word called stress. We always talk about stress management, stress. We never think about what Ayurveda told. Dhyayade vishayan pumsu. You know Bhagavad Gita? Dhyayade vishayan pumsu sangaste shubhajayade sangal sanjayade kama kamal krodho pijayade krodhal bhavadi sammoha sammohal smriti vibrama smriti vibramshal buddhinasha Buddhi Nashal Pranashyadi. The same thing is told in Ayurveda. Dhi Dhritismriti Vibramsaha karmayat kurudaya shubham prajnaparadam tam vidyal sarvadosha prakopanam. We had done prajnaparada, that is why we are having a long queue before ATM counters nowadays. Praneshana, Dhaneshana, Paralogeshana told in Ayurveda. Am I right? Even before there was Reserve Bank of India, there was Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Paralogeshana. Now from Dhaneshana to Paraloga, what we are doing, that is what I am telling. So everywhere Ayurveda is telling, I am not simply joking, Ayurveda is telling the every day, even it is a life science, not a simple prescription science. Next. My dear, next. So this is cell injury, only one slide, then we will go to the example. Whenever there is a cell injury, three possibilities. Please. There are three possibilities wherever you are getting in any cell, three possibility, and any one of the possibility where in most of the disease. We will see one by one. Next. First, increased functional demand, that is the stage. Then cell will make some adaptation. There is a demand, cell will make some adaptation. That adaptation will manifest as atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, dysplasia, or even metaplasia. The cell will change, the cell will lose, the cell will add, the cell will become totally cancerous. That is one possibility. Then that stress removed, the cell may come back to normalcy. This is one possibility. Okay. A karana, karya, what is cell happening? Okay. Next. Second possibility, mild to moderate stress, reversible cell injury. Reversible cell injury means something will happen to the cell due to the stress, but the cell can come back to the normal. You are getting degeneration, subcellular alteration, and intracellular accumulation, like all the cholesterol, fatty liver, everything. Stress removed, the cell will undergo repairing and healing. The cell may not become as similar as it was. It will repair and it may remodel, like that. Some damage will occur, it will repair and heal. That is Pachimanam Robanam will occur. Okay, next. Normals are severe persistences, continuous Viprakrishna Nidanas, continuous long Nidana, irreversible cell injury. The cell will totally be damaged, the cell cannot go back to the original stage, irreversible. And cell death, necrosis, gangrene, calcification may be the outcome. This is ultimately Dhadu Bhagam and Dhadu Shriyam. Are you getting me? So, my dear, a cell, a paramanu subjected by Doshahedu, Vyadhihedu will have three options as per modern pathology. One is the pathology, cell will adapt, adjust, and he will come back. Second is the cell will be destroyed, but he may be coming to repair. And finally, the cell cannot come back. The cell will be undergoing either death, gangrene, necrosis, or even calcification. That is the chronic Dhadugada Avastha with never replacing the original stage. So these are the three cell injury. These three cell injuries are occurring as Rogastu Dosha Vaishamya. Some Kapha dominant condition, the cell will come back. Pitta dominant Pachyamanam, Pakwa Avastha. Vada dominant Chayam only. The cell will never come back. Are you getting me? That is why there are only three possibilities to a cell. That is why Vagbhada told doshas are also three. I am not justifying Vagbhada by Devi Putra Samhita slide, but I am telling you there are three possibilities. This is from the Davison. This is from Harrison. You go and read. And then we are also telling that there can be three dosha, three stages. One is Kapha dominant accumulation, Dhadu Vriddhi, Pitta dominant Dhadu Pagam, Vada dominant Dhadu Shayam. Are you getting me? Dhadugada Malasanjayam Kabham, Dhadugada Pagam Pittam, Dhadutshayam Vadam. These three things are occurring in this cell injury. I told all these aspects only to convince you that Dosha Prataniga is highly scientific at cellular level. The sentence is important. Dosha Prataniga is highly scientific at cellular level. Only to convince that only I told this slide. Okay, now we will come to the examples. Next. Now only 35-40 minutes I will take. We will be discussing all examples. We will be discussing from here all example. This is necrosis. And you know here what happened? There is only Vada Prakopa, Karshya, Karshniam. I told you Karshniam. Wherever there is black color, that indicates the qualitative decline of the normal Dhadusara and blackness. And Dosha Prataniga Chikilsa should be always Vata Shamanam, Rektavaha, Srodo Shamanam, Rasayanam. You will write Trayandyadi, you will write Gugul Diktagam, you will write Punanamadi, you will write Shilajadu Pasmam, you will write Bhallada Kshidam. These are the medicine at this stage. I am telling you Hedu, Linga, Aushada at Dosha Prataniga level. Next. Back to basic. Next. Already we told, follow the clinical features, fix the dosha level, then go to the dusya sign site. Already discussed. Next. Next. This is important. Don't forget to elicit the Vyadhi Avastha. Clinical stage decides the treatment. For every disease, the treatment may be different according to Vyadhi Avastha. Next. This already we told. Next. What is Sthana Samsarya? One word I want to tell to the junior students. The stage which is mentioned in the theory with a clear demarcation, the stage which need not be well demarcated, anyway the crucial time in a disease manifestation is Sthana Samsaraya. Uric acid is going to be located in the kidney as uric acid the crystals leading to uric acid stone. That is Sthana Samsaraya. Are you getting me? So that Sthana Samsaraya can be prevented by uric acid elimination by Viredana with the Kalyana Gulam periodically. You prescribe Kalyana Gulam, Trivatilekam periodically to remove the Sanchita Pitta, uric acid, by which Sthana Samsaraya can be prevented. That is the concept. Next. Next. An example will make it clear. Vata with Ruksha Gunagoba in Tok leads to Parusham, Karasparsham, Spudanam, depending upon its Bela Samrati. Think about Kushta. Vadena Toda Parusham. All Kushtas will with Vada will be dryness, scaling will be there, and cracking will be there. This is the land. You know, when there is no water in the paddy field, the dry land will be there. The same thing will occur in the skin also. Rukshada, Parushada, Spudanam Tojaha, that is Vada, Pragoba in Toggada. Toggada Vada, that is Sthana Samsarayam. Toggada Vada is Sthana Samsarayam. Next. Previous. My dear, no Adipravarti. Previous. Vimargamanam Aidu. Okay. This is Vikalpa Sambrapti. See, these are all the skin manifestations because all these examples are in your daily practice. You can see the cyst, there will be a Kapha Guna, fissure, Vada Guna, macule with Vada Kapha, nodule, Kapha, papule, like that. Every cell, when there is a pustule, Pitta Pragoba, when there is crack, Vada Pragoba, when there is more discharge, Kapha Pragoba. Discharge oozing with the Kapha, all redness and hot appearance with inflammation, Pitta, dryness, scaling, everything, Vada. This is called dosha identification behind a Vikalpa Samprapti. Why I showed skin? Because skin is evident. Skin is evident externally. You can easily fix the pathology because it is easily understandable. Next. Vada versus Asti. Tatra Astini Sthido Vada. We always tell. Tatra Astini Sthido Vada. Next. You can see, next, my dear. You can see whenever there is more, next, no problem. When there is Astigata Vada, there are two possibilities, osteoarthritis and osteoporosis. In osteoarthritis, you are getting the Asti Dhadu Shayam. In osteoporosis, Asti Sarahinada. The bone density will be lost. Both are the effect of Vada with Ruksha Guna in Prithvi Mahabhuta of Asti. Prana Gandha Asti Parthivam. Asti is Parthivam. So the density of the Asti is provided by Prithvi Mahabhuta. The density of the Asti is provided by Prithvi Mahabhuta. So the Prithvi component decline in the Asti will be leading to osteoporosis. We call it as Asti Saushiryam. So that is the Astigata Vada manifesting as osteoarthritis and osteoporosis. Next. Then Vada Rekta, you can see Vada dominant Vada Rekta, Pitta dominant Vada Rekta, Kapha dominant and Rekta dominant. Vada dominant Vada Rekta will be always arthritic manifestation. Pitta dominant with all Daha, Raga, Paga, Kleda. Kapha dominant is Taimitya, Stimida, Supti, Snigdhotta, Sindada. Vada will be pain dominant, Pitta will be Sparshakshamattam, Rug, Raga, Sofa, Paga, Kapha will be frozen. So all these conditions are there even in Vada Rekta also. Next. You can see Vada Rekta, Vadadigam, Pittadigam, Kaphadigam. This is the Dosha Prataniga assessment in Hedu, same way treatment. So Vadadigam you will treat with Snigdhopacharam Thailam, Pittadigam you will treat with Jaluga Vacharanam, and Kaphadigam you will treat with Ubanaga Svetam. So Vada, Pitta, Kapha dominant joint conditions can be assessed dosha wise in the Hedu level as well as Aushadha level. You will prescribe Jaluga Vajarana only in the middle case wherever there is Daha, Raga, Paga. Rugraga toda daheshu jalokafur vinirhared. Rug raga toda daheshu jalokafur vinirhared. On the other side, where there is more swelling, more kapha, you will apply lepana, rutshobajara, ubanaga seda, which is kapahara. So same Vata Rakta with the Vata Pitta Kapha domination, 3 level of assessment at Hedu, 3 level of treatment in Linga. That is what I am telling. Trasutram Shashwadam Punyam. Next. All these discuss. This is what I told. Dhadu as a Sthan Samsraya side, various practical possibility. Dhadu Vriddhi, not Dhadi, Dhadu Vriddhi, Dhadu Pagam, Dhadu Shayam. Dhatu Vriddhi may be pseudo, Dhatu Vriddhi may be real, where there will be water collection in the cell, edema, swelling, hypothyroidism, mixed edema, all conditions are Dhatu Vriddhi, Kapaharattvam, that should be the treatment. And there is Dhatu Pagam, Ushna Gunam, hemolysis, all inflammatory condition, all autoimmune pathology, Dhatu Pagam. Grida Kalpanas are more preferred. And finally, Dhatu Shayam, degeneration and treatment will be always Nigda Gunam, Grida, Rasayana and other treatments. So these are the 3 possibilities of almost all the cases in our daily practice. Dhatu Vriddhi, that is Kapajam, Dhatu Bhagam Pittajam, Dhatu Shayam Bhavajam.